Hi, I'm TBABY, I'm a dude,
and this is a sketchbook tour. Now, funny thing is, I had already recorded the sketchbook, but I forgot to press record on my PC, so no audio. So I'm redoing this entire sketchbook first, because I already did it, and I'm kind of annoyed about it. But anyways, neither of these sketchbooks are finished, but I just really wanted to record a video and get something out. Because these are simple and easy, they don't require a lot of thinking. So let's just get right into it. First of all, I want to say this is actually a leather binder that I purchased a while back. I don't remember the brand I got it, but you can most definitely find this on Etsy. It's based in Ukraine. And so, yeah. This was an OC I created for a roleplay server that I run called Wakesfield. I never really finished this drawing because the leather rubbed off on this page and I didn't realize that it would. And so that's it. There's also a loose leaf paper with more sketches in here if I can get them out. This is one of my boyfriends. She's so pretty. Here's another one. I lied. There's not another sketch in there, but okay. Never mind. I won't put that in. All right. This is my Little Big Planet character. It is an amazing little creature. After I designed that costume, I just drew it because I really liked it. And if you know anything about me, I love Little Big Planet. It's my favorite game of all time. I cannot get over it. And all of the writing is like lyrics to Sleepyhead, because that's like the Little Big Planet song. And I decided to make this like an actual like OC of mine, and not just be like a Little Big Planet character. And so I want it to be like a failed science experiment, and then have the scientist is the scientist, and they're like lovers, kind of, not really. It's a really toxic relationship, but I eat those up. For the materials I used, that was a micron pen, that was a shitty markers used for both of these, just loose leaf paper, washi tape. Also used really shitty pencils and markers for this. However, I used Prismacolor color pencils and Arteza watercolor, and this is a really good watercolor set. I would definitely recommend. I've abused it to all hell. I don't have a white in the set, so I just don't use white anymore, I guess. But fully recommend it if you like doing watercolor. This is one of my boyfriend's Destiny character I drew for him because I love him. This is a filler page. I didn't know what to put here, so I just slapped a bunch of stickers. Both of these stickers are from the Dollar Tree. This was when I went to the post office and borrowed a bunch of priority mail stickers, which I still have a ton of, by the way. I just need to use them more often. These were figure drawings from the website Line of Action. I use that a lot for my stuff. I really liked this before it got smudged by all the by all the pencil. And so, yeah, I just really like the use of colors in this. When I did this drawing, I was like, okay, I have to seal the other side because obviously it's gonna smudge. And then I was like, I'll do that later. And then I forgot, so it smudged. And so now it's kind of ruined, but it was beautiful in its prime. This is another filler page. I just wanted to get the page filled up. This is my OCX. She is very pretty. I still really like this drawing of her, actually. I just really like the facial expression, and I liked how there was a very well-balanced stylization. It's just like, it's good. It's a good picture. I just like this picture. Yeah, this is just her being mentally ill. She's a very mentally ill character. I only really draw her when I'm mentally ill, so I haven't drawn her in for a while, which is pretty surprising. Like, the less you see of her, the more I'm healing. This was my friend. She stayed the night at my house and we did each other's makeup and I made her look like the Joker, but she looked awesome. So I drew her. This is more the Arteza watercolor. I really liked just going in straight and just not letting it dry at all. So it gave this like, it just had a really cool effect to it that I really enjoy. This, I did like a syringe pen from Spirit Halloween. It's right here actually. I got this pen thinking it was gonna write in black, even though it's bright red. And I was super surprised when I was like, holy shit, it's red. But it was so bad trying to draw this on watercolor paper. The pen did not like the texture of the paper, so the ink would like stop randomly. And I cried when I drew this. This is me, by the way, guys. I cried while I drew this, and I think I ended up breaking the pen afterwards, because now it just won't stay, and the little button is broke. Mental illness at its finest. This is when I got super into Scott Pilgrim, because I had already really liked Scott Pilgrim. I had watched the movies, but I had not interacted with the comic. I didn't know it was based off of a comic for a long time. I watched Scott Pilgrim, I watched the movie, and then I heard they were coming out with the anime. I was like, holy shit, Scott Pilgrim, the anime? And then I watched the anime, and I was like, holy shit, I love the style. And I wanted to just do everything in the Scott Pilgrim style, and then I was like, oh my god, the comics. Because I just needed more Scott Pilgrim. So I read the entire comic series in like 2 days. I was like, holy shit, I still need more Scott Pilgrim. And so I went onto Tumblr to get more Scott Pilgrim. And you guys might not know this about me, but I'm not super big into fandoms. I don't really interact with fandom content at all. It's just not really my thing. I went out of my way to consume Scott Pilgrim fandom content just because I fucking love it. You guys don't understand how much I romanticize being dirt poor in like your mid-20s. It's just literally, it's such a shitty way of living life, but it's just that freedom of being just a shitty like young adult. And it's just like, that looks amazing. More Scott Pilgrim style. Then I asked one of my boyfriends what to draw, and he was like, oh my god, draw this fucked up cat. And he sent me the most fucked up picture of a cat. I was like, okay, I guess I'll draw this cat. And this was done with gouache. I was just like messing with the color, just playing around. I actually really like it. It's cute. The cat's fucked up. I love it. This is when I first got oil pastels. This wasn't the first thing I drew with oil pastels. However, this was the first thing I drew that I actually really liked drawing. I was really craving drawing with oil pastels because it was just like, it's adult crayons, and I really wanted to draw with crayons. And then my art teacher was like, hey, have these oil pastels. It's like, oh my god, thanks so much. He just gave me like an entire box, and they're like really good quality too. Like I don't really have a quality, well, maybe they're not that good quality since they're only $9, but it's like, these just draw really nicely. They don't last very long. That's my black. That's all I have left of it. That's all I have left of my orange and my blues. But it's like, I really recommend playing with oil pastels. They're super fun. They are messy though. It's my character knives. I went to Hot Topic. I bought one thing, and it was like a shitty hat that I can't even wear anymore because my hair color doesn't match it. But it's my character knives. I've had them since I was like 9 years old, and they're like this little fucked up alien. It was very inspired by Invader Zim at the time, but since then has lost a lot of that inspo besides just like the general silhouette. This is Knives Ship. This was like the original like thumbnail I did for it, and then I just slapped it in and then drew the actual ship on top of it. Knives' old ship literally looked like a box, and it's called the SS Disappointment, by the way, which stands for starship, not steamship in this universe. But when I was a kid, I called it the SS Disappointment, and it was like an inside joke in my friend group at the time. And since then, it's kind of stuck, so that's how it is. This is Friend, Knives' little robot companion. I did not make this design for that robot. I just followed what I put in my sketchbook when I was like 10, and it's just stuck since. I really need to redesign it because this is not mine in any way. Not canon. But I still really like how this page came out. I really like just the mixing of materials, the taped in paper, just the texture from the tape on the previous page. And the red pen really adds a lot. This is not the syringe pen I showed earlier, but another pen that I forgot what it's called. But this was the first thing I did with oil pastels, actually. Very simple. Putting that page up all the way is just a pain. Very simple, and then I just went over with a pink marker, just outline it. This was, after I heard my first of Montreal song, Tim Wish You Were Born a Girl. There's a super cool animatic that I saw for this song, and then I fell in love afterwards. This was the first, like, oil pastel, like serious thing I did with it. I really like how it turned out. And I cut a little sheet protector just to have, the pastels not smear onto the other page, but you could still see it. And this was the original thumbnail I wanted to do for it. I was like mapping out where I'd have this big giant thing, because this is the tape from the previous page, so the parchment paper doesn't fuck it up. And I just wanted to utilize it. You know, it's extra texture. I like all the funky lines. I really like this cat sticker. This was an unfinished sketch. This is one of my boyfriends I drew in my math notebook, because it's not obvious. I should not be doing my math in math class. This is kind of a throwback to an old style I used to do a lot. Everything was a lot looser and spindly. This is him coming back with his bullshit. But that's all for this sketchbook. Now, moving on to the next one. So, this sketchbook I started, and I think probably started this in January of this year. It's March currently, almost April. But the first few pages are really rough because it was me figuring out alcohol markers, since this was my first time ever getting alcohol markers. So these are swatches. It was the brush pen and then the chisel, the fat chisel, because it didn't have any precision. More swatches. I really recommend Ohuhu's marker. The 38 pack isn't bad price-wise. I was trying to figure out what to draw, and my boyfriend was like, hey, you should draw my favorite Homestuck character. I was like, okay, and then I was just fucking around with doodles. This is, guys, I forgot. This is my Minecraft world for Better Than Adventure. I like literally drew out like everything that's in it. This is my Minecraft character, Lemon. He's gone through a lot of like little role plays I made for him. I made a bunch of lore for him. He goes way back now. But this is not what he looks like normally. He's a lot sexier, guys. Don't look at that. But this is my little house right here in my world, and that's my little dog's house. And I created like this whole civilization with like lore and traditions, and I follow building rules based off of the traditions, and they like worship glowstone, and they're like the people of dirt. But anyways, I just wanted to share this because I forgot about this until I saw him, because that's the Lemon right there. Anyways, this is Lemon. This is a fucked up drawing of me. It's one of my boyfriends. Dumb gay. If you can't tell, this is kind of a shit book. I just kind of drew whatever at a certain point until I started like making nice stuff, because I was just figuring out how the alcohol markers work. Alright. There's context. There's context here. This is one of my boyfriends, but as Yowie, This is the yaoi version of one of them, and this is this is Walter White with jaundice, and they're lovers. I didn't know what to draw. I was like, hey guys, what should I draw? This is the same session I drew the Homestuck and the lemon stuff. So this is all like within the same hour of each other. Somebody said Walter White, but really high, and I just didn't know how to convey that, so I just drew him really fucked up. And then one of my boys was like, draw me, but yaoi. And so that's where we are. Next page is much better. I wanted to I wanted to recreate the meme. And this is I funny enough, this drawing started making me get the hang of the alcohol markers. I was like kind of understanding how to like color and shade with them by this point. Alright. I think this is where we get into like the actual art of this book. No, I lied. This is me just more experimenting. Another one of my boyfriends. That's me, guys. Yeah, just doodles. Alright, this is where we actually get into like good drawings. This was the early design for Gooby. This is what inspired Gooby. I really like this. This was a sketch of the Rainbow Dash design I was doing for a video. A lot that's in this book are like thumbnails or sketches for other videos. It's kind of a planning book, but it's kind of developed way more. This was just a drawing study I was doing. I just want to put more colors. This was more Gooby. This is after I like finalized Gooby's design. I don't like this coloring, but I really like this pose and this expression for Gooby on this one. This was me figuring out the Slender Man redesign. This is my babe right here. Right here I was experimenting with something more like, I don't know how to describe it, more alien looking. This is like the OG like Photoshop design. This is Slender from the 8 pages. I didn't realize he looked that blocky until I looked back on footage. It's just like, guys, were we really scared of this thing? Because that's exactly what it looked like. That's what he looked like. We were scared of that? What the hell? This was the final sketch I did for the design video. I still really like how it came out. But here is the juicy meat of the book. Now, some of you here on my Discord may have seen snippets of this character. I have yet to give them a name. For now, they just have the title The Wanderer. But this is a story I've had since I was maybe 12, based off of a bunch of games that me and my friends played at the time. I was originally co-writing this with somebody, my good friend Emma. Me and him would write a lot for this. I did a lot with like the characters' personalities and like scenes they would be in. He did a lot of the general world building. A lot of it was originally based off of this game called Arcane Adventures. It was like a Roblox game made by like VTech or something. And then a lot, I found out very recently, a lot was also inspired by Final Fantasy. But Emma quite literally said that he had no interest in working on this story anymore with the characters. And so I asked him if like, I was like, hey, can I get this shit? And he's like, do whatever you want. And gave me all the documents with everything we needed to know. And so this is me. This was like the day that I got all like that permission. And I was like, I'm gonna do great shit. I plan on making an entire series about this world and all these characters. Because I've been just developing them very slowly. But this is The Wanderer. And this was me figuring out like the design, how they would act, and how they would move. This is a magic-based world. This was before I watched Avatar. I'm currently on season 2 of the Avatar. I just got on season 3. Avatar: The Last Airbender. This was before it. But I was mainly inspired by the magic system from Arcane. The Roblox game, not the League of Legends. And so that's why there are these like magic circles because that was how people would fight. They had these magic circles that were summoned, and I really wanted to keep that. And something about Arcane is that creator had a bunch of different games, and I think one was called like World of Magic, where you would pick a magic type to start off with, but the more you level it up, the more it would change, and you could combine it with others. And so I was taking inspiration from that, and I was trying to design other magic types that would come out of like selective breeding or just like general experimentation. This is more the Wanderer, trying to figure more stuff out. And this is the Prince. I also don't have a name for him, but him and the Wanderer are supposed to be like they kind of have a rivalry, just because they're kind of the polar opposites of people, but like they're also very much the same. Their dynamic and relationship is very intricate. It's kind of like a yin yang sort of thing. Like they see a lot of themselves in each other, but hate it at the same time. Not a romance at all. I know it sounds like it sets up for one, but nah, not at all. I could get into like the general plot, but I think I'm gonna save that for the video. Right now I'm just focused on the character designs, and this was me trying to figure out what I wanted him to look like. This was like some sketches and designs of how I wanted the hair. Decided I wanted it to be very curly. This was me trying to design the prince's like outfit. I ended up settling for something like this, and I wanted him to have a cane. And this is me. This was the finalized design I had for him, at least at this point. I liked how he was more top heavy. He's a very sickly individual, but he has like royal tailors that specifically make clothes to make him look bigger than he actually is, which is why these sleeves are so poofy, and just why he has such a taller stature. This was the magic circle design that I decided to stick with. This is right here is the scripture for his magic. He has something called red lightning, and this right here spells out lightning, and this symbol right here is the equivalent to R in English. So we have a giant R and then lightning, which is like for red lightning. I made an entire like language for this magic system. This is the Wanderer again, and this is actually kind of inspired by Children of the Whales. If you haven't watched that anime, please watch it. It's my favorite thing in the universe. It's so great. Whenever somebody uses their magic, it will appear on their skin. Like the lettering that makes up that word will appear as like tattoos, and it will appear in this vertical scripture. So right here, if we just spell this out, that's a Gravity. That spells gravity. So on their skin, because they have gravity magic, on their skin, they're gonna have gravity spelled, but in a vertical scripture, which is right here. This is gravity in the vertical scripture. So you would see it vertically like that on their entire body. And obviously it's adorned by like other like, not symbols, but shapes, and just it's general the vibe of the magic. And this right here, like this entire thing, is the magic circle that appears whenever they use their magic. Normally they'd have a hand up here and a hand down here to basically hold it together and just keep it like moving. And so that's all I'm going to talk about without giving any spoilers to the video. But that is all I have for these two sketchbooks. You know what? I will show more art. Something you may not know about me is I also do pottery in my free time. And so I just got into it very recently. And so these are some of the first things that I did. These are pinch pots, which is exactly what it sounds like. You take a ball of clay and you pinch a hole in the middle, and you pinch it upwards and out to make a bowl or vessel, whatever you want. These two pinch pots were like the second thing I ever made. This gnome is actually the first thing I made. This really big nose, right there. Little eyes and his hat. You may question why the hell he looks like that. Well, I just used a random assortment of glazes. And if you don't know how glazes work, it's all chemistry. They don't mix like paint. They react to the clay and other glazes because they're all chemicals and like minerals. And so they give really interesting effects when combined without knowing what they look like. Like when I painted this bowl, it was all gray. All of the glaze looked gray. There was no yellow in it at all. And there was also no green, but the green mixed with the properties of the clay and some of the other glazes, and it gave that green effect. This is a box I made. And so with this, I used an underglaze, so I actually knew what the colors were going to end up like, because an underglaze is very face value of what the colors look like. And the inside has more stars. You can see my little stamp. I have a stamp that I put in everything as like a signature. And the sides are all like drizzled. Then we have this one, which looks really cool. Really like the glaze, how they interacted here. But it is a little body made purely out of coils, which are basically like little clay noodles. This is a coil vessel. So yeah, I really wanted to make like a figure, and I thought the coils would be a really good way to make a body shape because you could just build up and up. Moving on. Holy shit. It's TBABY. Hi. It's me. I'm gonna show you some awesome paintings. This painting I did last year. When I say last year, I really mean like a year ago now. This was for my AP art class, which was based off of childhood memories. And this was the first time I did like collage work and such. Because this was when I really started like pushing like that super creative, like Little Big Planet inspired work. I quite literally cut a bunch of stuff out of magazines. I used really cheap pencils and markers to create all this stuff. And I just made a whole explosion. This is a Polaroid that got messed up. This is quite literally like some string that I just glued on there with paint. And these are a bunch of stickers and just random cutouts from magazines, like this dog here. And so yeah, I still really like this piece a lot actually. This one I did with my boyfriend. It's really hard to hold this. He did this side and then I did this side. And literally, there's no meaning behind this one. We just both wanted to paint something. This is Homestuck, if you can't tell. This is just random bullshit. But if we put it together, oh my god, it's a little cat. But this was a mixture of gouache and alcohol markers. I wanted to see how alcohol markers worked on canvas. Spoiler alert, not really well. They do this really interesting thing where like they like fade out, but the edges are super crisp, and like the alcohol just doesn't like sink in. It like stays on top of the canvas and dries like that. You can kind of like smudge it around a little bit, but it doesn't work that well. Okay, this was the first thing that I really did with oil pastels. This is all oil pastel besides the orange underpainting. That was acrylic, just to get a base. But I was really inspired by this one piece I saw that utilized only blue and orange hues and such. And so I wanted to do that in this. And yeah, this was a picture of me. I even have this amp, because I also do music, but I even have this amp, and I just took a reference photo of that, and I drew it. This is probably one of my favorite oil pastel things I've done, and it's just so much bigger and it's on canvas, and I can have it on my wall, so that makes it even better. But yeah. And finally, for the big boy, we have this painting. This was actually a revision of this painting that I did like 3 years ago. This was in 2022 actually. This actually won me 2 competitions in first place. I was super proud of it at the time, but now I could just do so much better, and then I did so much better. This piece is, first, it is acrylic for the underpainting and base. I did watercolor acrylic for the base yellow, and everything else was gouache and oil pastels. Like all the detail rendering on the skin is gouache, and then all like the extra added bits, such as the hair and all the scribbles, that's all gouache. No, not gouache, that's all oil pastel. But yeah, I literally finished this like Thursday. I finished this Thursday night, and I'm very proud of it. That was my fan that I just hit. That is all from me. Thanks for watching this video. I guess this also technically counts as a face reveal. It's me. It's TBABY. It's my face. I'm also wearing the patch pants that I draw myself in all the time. But you know how it is. Thanks for watching. I don't know if I'll upload soon. I'm gonna be so for real. Have fun.